Visuals are good. Title's fine. Alright, let's just go. Alright, I hope this is working. It says I'm live. I hope it is. I hope it's working. I've seen a couple of people in the chat. Yeah, basically, just what this I guess video is it's going to be going over some additional clarification on a non-video stream, I should say. We're going to be going over some filming stuff, and importantly, the main thing is going over some clarification on the composer stuff. When you're waiting outside Spoonsfield or waiting until Harry's goes live, respect that. Someone just said too long. I don't know what that means. I've literally just been live. I've been live about 35 seconds. I don't think I've been live that long. But hello to It's Bobcat, Heretic, Bachman Flow, Jason Peace, I Am Hoovian, James Robert, the Smart Casual Gamer, working for me. Greetings, Theories. Good. Let me just make sure that... Okay, the alert boxes are on, so if anyone subscribes during the thing, or super chats, it will come up on screen, just making sure that's working. I don't think the chat is working, but that's kind of to be expected. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be working, but that's fine. But yeah, basically, I just wanted to go live just to talk about a couple of things. Mainly, so as you may have seen earlier on, I posted a video that discussed a few things, mainly to do with filming and the potential of a new composer, and said composer has basically gone online just to address the speculation. So I wanted to get this up to date, but I didn't want to do a whole second video addressing this, so I thought I'd go live. Maybe we could do some other stuff as well, dissect some other filming things in a bit more depth. But yeah, I'm just going to show you the clip here. So it's Sam Watts. He posted it on all his official social medias, including Twitter, Instagram, all that. And I'll just let the man speak for himself. I think the audio's on.
Hello everyone, it's nice to see that you're all so excited about Monday's announcement, and I'm thrilled to know that you all want to hear my music on Doctor Who. Sadly, Monday's announcement has nothing
The dog
to
made me
do
jump
with
somehow,
Doctor Who.
for some reason.
But
I'm such
I
a
hope
scaredy
that
cat
you'll
man.
stick around to hear the announcement anyway, or just to get quality traitors content, or insight into a composer's life, or perhaps some cute spaniel content.
It's very cute though. I have a spaniel. Different one though. I think mine's a Springer.
Thank you, and I will see you on Monday.
But yeah, so I just wanted to basically, this is what the main purpose of the stream was, just to like clarify. Hey, he's not the new composer. It was speculation that has now been proven incorrect. So yeah, I wanted to. Was at filming yesterday and saw the script for like 2 seconds. If only I had photographic memory. Didn't hear anything. Didn't you? The desktop audio should have been on. Did anyone else hear it, or was it just not working? Oh, that's a bit of a shame. I'm looking forward to the announcement. Exactly. I still would say, go support his announcement. He's still a great guy, working on traitors. Yeah, you heard it. Okay. Okay, so I hope Murray Gold's actually coming back now. Well, this is it. This is it. A lot of people are speculating about a Murray Gold return. And I must be honest, as more and more composers are kind of ruling themselves out of the race, a Murray Gold return is looking a bit more likely, in all honesty. And because one of my favourites for it is Blair Mowat. And whilst he could have been lying, I do remember him saying he is also not the new composer. And so it's looking a bit more likely that there's a possibility that it will be Murray Gold. Which I don't mind too much, but I understand why people might be a bit like, I'd like to see a new composer. Personally, my ideal scenario would be have Murray come back, do the 60th specials, and then get someone new on post the 60th, because it makes sense to have his music make a comeback for the 60th anniversary specials, given that so many of the characters in those episodes had, and were defined in some ways by his music. However, I'm not a huge advocate for, obviously, if he was going to be the composer from now onwards, I'm not going to mind too much. I do think he's a more flexible composer than some people give him credit for. However, it's also not, I don't mind it, but I'm also not like clamoring for it. You know what I mean? I'm kind of in the middle on that. I'd rather a new composer after the 60th year, but he's so good I don't really mind. Yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. That's exactly where I'm at. You basically just summed up what I took 2 minutes to say in about 1 minute flat. But yeah, there's a couple other things I want to go over, and I'm just gonna see if I can get them up. So yeah, um, but yeah, so he's not the new composer. There's been a couple of other little things just going on in like the community, I guess. The main thing I just wanted to highlight really was that, and just like general. There's been like a kind of a bit of discourse surrounding composers because some people don't want it to come back. Um, some people who don't mind it. That whole sort of thing. I sound like a broken record, but I believe David Arnold, who did Sherlock, Good Omens, and Dracula, would be a perfect choice. Fair enough. I haven't got much to comment on, but yeah, I wouldn't mind that too much. As long as they have companion themes, I don't really care. True, I mean, they did have companion themes in the Akinola era, they probably just didn't really stand out too much. That's the thing, Murray was there for like a long time. And I think a lot of people forget just how long that was. And like, it wasn't that long ago. Like, it's not like with Russell where he left, what, a decade ago? More than that, actually. It's more like 12, 13 years. For Murray, it's been about, what, 6? Like, it's not been anywhere near as long, Oh, we inevitably will find out who the next composer is. I would assume relatively soon. Wait, did I post my announcement that I was going live, or did I just completely forget to do that? Oh, I completely forgot to do it. That explains. Yeah. All right, now I've done it. Oh, there we are. If Gold does return in the 60th, I think you should remake some older tracks from Classic. That would be pretty cool. I'm excited for the 60th anniversary specials. I am as well. I am as well. Ooh, interesting. I've just seen this. The Swiss website that has leaked previous sets has been updated with the collection set due 20th of the 3rd, 2023. Doesn't mention which season it is. Okay, so we're looking at a new collection box set, which kind of makes sense. It's the anniversary year. That's quite cool. John Williams, new composer confirmed. Oh man, that would be sick. That would be good. That would be good. But I don't think it'll be anyone like that. But yeah. So yeah, that's apparently like a rumor at the moment. Is that a collection? Oh, the collection season 9 has apparently been listed on certain websites. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Also, has anyone ordered a regeneration set? And have you received one yet? Because I have not, despite having ordered mine. Bringing Mary Gold back just for the specials wouldn't work. It would be like your mother's getting back with your father and then getting back with your boyfriend back or not at all. I don't know whether I agree. I think, given that the 60th functions as like a nostalgic romp anyway, I think bringing him back in that like little microcosm of Doctor Who makes sense to me. Like here's the thing. I think that Doctor Who fans, and this has always been my like hot take, I think that Doctor Who fans get way too caught up in things like, when it comes to things like the numbering and the sequencing of events, we're now at a point where, the Doctors and the incarnations and the various characters are like so wide open, like there's so many incarnations of the Doctor, be that a good thing or a bad thing, and it's not even just a Chibnall thing, Moffat did it as well. But it's a case where I don't really mind if we have some like little self-contained things. Like, I don't mind that the 14th Doctor's adventures, whilst he is the next incarnation technically, kind of act as a mini little throwback that are taking place in the present day, but they're kind of adjacent and separate to all the shooty stuff that's going on. And shooty's still very much being focused on as the main one, but I also think with how much in terms of like Doctor incarnations and all that we have, and how used to multiple sort of things, versions of things audiences are. I mean, look at Spider-Man, I think you can very much get away with hey, look, here's a 10th Doctor spin-off. Obviously, I know that the 60th isn't a 10th Doctor spin-off, but also here's the new series. I feel like you can do both without taking away from each other, and I think giving them the different vibes. So, say if Murray Gold composed the 60th, and then say, I don't know, Blair Mowat composed Series 14, just picking a random name out the air, I think that could work. You know, like I don't think it makes too much difference. Gold coming back for a bit would cast a shadow over whoever follows. I don't know though, because I think you could say the same about Tennant and Ncuti, and I don't know whether I agree with that. Like, have you seen the first episode of Last of Us on HBO? I haven't yet. I need to. I need to. Yeah, if Gold came back, then they would have someone new who wasn't as good. Then people would complain. I don't know. I feel like again, it's kind of I bring up the Tennant and Ncuti comparison because I don't really feel like for me, Tennant coming back detracts from my excitement for Ncuti. If anything, I just see it as, hey, we've got two cool things. Someone asked what my favorite Gold track is. Probably Endless Dalek Night, the demonic Dalek choir. Like to this day, I think the best Dalek soundtrack. I don't know why my throat is so weird today. I'm looking more forward to the Mandalorian season 3. Can I be perfectly candid? I couldn't get into the Mandalorian. I just maybe it's because I'm more of a casual Star Wars guy than like a lot of people, but I just couldn't. It just wasn't appealing to me, you know. Some synth would be good, yeah. Favorite Akinola track? Probably either the Masters or the Cybermen, out of the ones I can remember. Probably the Masters, I think. Yeah. Although his Gallifrey one was alright there. It sounded like that. It definitely, don't look it up, that was perfect, and definitely how it sounded. I got it 100% right. Oh look, they've posted. I just didn't even see this. They posted their seventh Doctor. Wait, they posted their seventh Doctor in the countdown, with a picture from Power of the Doctor. I like how for the classic Doctors they're using some of the new pictures from Power of the Doctor in their full quality. Like they did the same for Paul McGann when they posted like him in the countdown tweets. Where was it? There it was. There it was. Oh yeah, also I didn't even cover this before, but Doctor Who has some new Target novelizations for the 50th year of the Target range, not Doctor Who, because I saw some confusion around that. It includes Kablam by Pete McTeague, Planet of the Ood, the Zygon Invasion, Waters of Mars, and Warrior's Gate. Personally, I maybe this is just me thinking, obviously, I have a lot of issues with like things like Kablam in particular, so I'd have kind of preferred if they'd have got a different person to kind of go in and like pick and choose some bits, because like that's kind of what they did with Twice Upon a Time. Paul Cornell did the novelization for that, and apparently it added in bits but took bits out, and it was overall a better product. So I'd kind of like to have seen an approach like that taken with a Kablam novelization personally. Although maybe Pete McTeague could elaborate on some of the morals that were a bit botched in the TV version, or at least in my opinion was slightly botched in the TV version, in a novelized release of it. Planet of the Ood I love. I think it's highly underrated. And What Was the Mars novelization, I mean, is going to be fantastic as well. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't even covered that yet. Mainly because I don't really cover a lot of the expanded media like on the channel, mainly because like obviously I do occasionally, you know, I did a video on Dark Dimension and that sort of thing, but it's like it's sort of what I think you guys would be interested in, because like I know for a lot of you, like, you know, the novels and like the audios aren't always like as appealing. I mean, at least for me, I can say like, you know, in terms of audios at least, I do kind of struggle without that visual element. I'm just a very visual person. I still enjoy the audios, don't get me wrong, but I am more visual as a person. So if they ever did Big Finish animations down the line, I'd be down for that. But yeah. Warriors Gate might be hard to novelize. Yeah! Theories, considering music is one of the things last created in TV production, I wouldn't be surprised they haven't got anyone yet. I don't know though, because as far as I know, like the specials are basically in the can. So I feel like they do. I just think it's probably likely that they just haven't really felt a need to announce it yet, which is perfectly valid. You know, we've still got like what, like 9, 10 months to go, something like that. Had RTD ever had a composer other than Murray Gold score his series? Yeah. So Blair Mowat is the composer for Nolly, his new show that he was talking about during Graham Norton, which is why there's a lot of strong speculation that he's going to be the one composing the new Doctor Who, and he's still where my money's at, although the more time's going on, I know he did deny it, the more I'm thinking maybe it is just gold. Yeah, they're probably going to spread out big announcement like that once a month. Yeah, exactly. Like, we've had quite a few, announcements this month when you think about it. We had, let me think, we had Kate Stewart's return officially due to filming and all that sort of stuff, and they posted that officially, which, by the way, as someone who covers news consistently, it's really nice to just have it officially confirmed. It's a lot easier, and like having, actually good images to put alongside the news. Yeah, we had the Kate Stewart stuff. We had some more Series 14 cast members. I'm trying to remember what else we had now. I swear there's something else. Obviously, like things like DWM came out, which gave us a little bit more details. Well, a lot more details, I should say. Let me just think. There's been other things as well, hasn't there? Or am I just losing it? I don't think I am. I think I am right. And then obviously we've got like the filming and stuff, the countdowns. Oh, also, I wanted to talk about this actually, whilst we're here. Sorry, this is a very messy stream. I wasn't planning to stream today, but I saw that the composer came out and was like, "Hey, it's not me." So I kind of wanted to just clear that up. Where was it? It's not okay. I missed it now. I think it was today. The Doctor Who Twitter account posted where's best to start with Doctor Who, and I just want to go through some of these and, in my opinion, why they're not great starting. Well, some of them might be good, but because I looked at this and I was like, I don't know. I don't know whether I agree with all of these. Do you think any other Disney money will go towards Doctor Who's 60th special, or will the 60th be on Disney Plus? The 60th will be on Disney Plus internationally, 100%. Like, I think it covers, anything produced under Doctor Who, from now onwards. I think in terms of funding for the 60th, I'd imagine they contributed to that, but probably not as much as Series 14, because I don't know what position the negotiations were in during when they were filming it. But anyway, whilst we're talking about that, I'm just going to go over this. Where to start with every Doctor. If you had to watch one story featuring your favourite Doctor... Sorry, the notification thing made me jump, but thank you to Sarika Chahal. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologise for subscribing. By the way, if you want to chat in the chat, you have to make sure you are subscribed to do that. So it's just to stop bots and spam and things. But ask anyone where's the best place to start with the Doctor, and there's an answer that's bound to come up. Just start with their first episode. It's the logical answer. So logical that if you were to ask the Cybermen that question, they'd all give that answer. It's that logical. Look, that's not necessarily a terrible answer, and there are some brilliant first stories. However, maybe you're looking for a distillation of a particular Doctor, a story that showcases the best of each incarnation, taking first adventures out of the equation. Here are some adventures to start off with every Doctor. And immediately, for the fugitive Doctor, they pick Once Upon Time. That story that she's in for about a minute. I know that, obviously it's slim pickings for the Reef Doctor, but at least with Fugitive, they do the whole storyline of she's been hiding out on Earth, she's a fugitive on the run from the Time Lords, and she is eventually revealed and actually gets to be the Doctor for a bit. Why pick Once Upon Time? I know we get to learn about her role in the Division, I suppose, but in most of these scenes, it's not the Fugitive Doctor. It's the 13th Doctor over the top of the Fugitive Doctor. Why did you pick Once Upon Time? Okay, yes, we're starting with an incarnation that basically flies in the face of the intro, while flies a bit in the face of it. Future gives you all the context you need, that you'll need for future appearances, while being a wild ride of its own. Still, Once Upon a Time shows the Fugitive Doctor in action. It doesn't, though! It doesn't! She's leading a team of the Division. We see her utilise classic Doctor-y tactics. He just sort of... she just sort of talks to them for a bit. I don't agree with that immediately. Like, she's on screen for about 3 seconds in that story. I don't get that at all. Wish I could stay for longer, but I have to study. Sorry, Darius. No worries. No worries at all. You know, studying's important. Don't want you to, I don't want to be responsible for anyone not studying. I think the goal for the list is to recommend an episode that isn't the Doctor's first one. It is, but it's to distill that Doctor. I mean, I get that they're slim pickings, but like, in some cases, to introduce a Doctor to someone, the first episode is just the necessary one, and I think Fugitive is one of the cases where it's just like, yeah, there isn't really any other choice other than Fugitive to do, in my opinion. Like, well, you're gonna pick Power of the Doctor, where it's like she's there as a hologram for about 5 seconds. I think it's the same here. First Doctor Dalek Invasion of Earth. This one to me is slightly more reasonable because I understand that Unearthly Child. Obviously, I think the first episode of Unearthly Child is really good still, but it's quite sort of, I guess, different to, and I mean, especially later on in the story, the Doctor hasn't developed the necessary heroic traits that they would go on to possess later on in the series. So I don't mind this one too much. It's obviously a Dalek story as well, bigger scale. So like the Doctor's a bit more, I guess, mellowed out in it. You got the final appearance of Susan. I think this is more reasonable. However, I'd still say just watch the first episode of An Unearthly Child and then just pick from there, you know. But I guess if you're picking an alternate one from the first episode, as Inko said, Dalek Invasion of Earth, yeah, it's probably one of the best selections. Yeah, it kind of gives you all the basics. I don't disagree with this one. This one is a valid choice. And again, another valid choice. Second Doctor, Tomb of the Cybermen. Haven't really got anything to say about this, especially because this is where I started with Doctor Who, or at least classic Doctor Who. It was my first classic Doctor Who. So, Tomb is a great jumping on point. They even early on established the new companion Victoria to the TARDIS, so you get introduced to the TARDIS, the Doctor's age, their basic concept, and the Cybermen as well. So it kind of serves some similar functions to Dalek Invasion of Earth. However, I'd argue it does an even better job of basically telling you, here's the basics, go on and enjoy the story kind of deal. I would say Tomb is a great jumping on point. Same for Tower of the Autons probably as well. Like iconic villain, you know, obviously the Autons and the Master, yeah, makes sense. I don't know whether I agree with the Fourth Doctor and City of Death. If we're discounting first stories out of the equation, I get why City of Death may be appealing in that it's kind of comical and it plays up Tom Baker's, you know, very like sort of heightened attributes. However, for the majority of his early run, it's a completely different like writing team. So I don't know whether I agree with this. Obviously, my compulsion would be to say Genesis. However, I suppose it might not be the most beginner-friendly story. Although then again, having said that, it introduces you to the Time Lords pretty effectively. The Daleks, it's literally their Genesis. I'd argue Tom Baker's on form. I'd have probably said Genesis, personally. But I guess as well, they don't want too many Daleks or Cyberman stories, because you've already got one of each of those already, so I guess that's fair. But, I don't know. Fifth Doctor Visitation, I mean, yeah. Yeah, the sonic screwdriver does get taken out in it. I'd still say maybe something like Earthshock would be more, but then again, I guess it's, you know, if we're saying that they can only pick one Dalek or Cyberman one, I guess fair. Although even then, you know, I don't know. I feel like yeah, it's a fine choice, I suppose. Vengeance on Varos, agree with it. Solid choice. I think it's probably one of the best of the Six Doctors era. Unique premise. The character is like pretty much what you'd expect from Six. Yeah, it's a great story. Great sort of sort of political allegory and parallels as well, and the villain is great. Yeah, really good stuff. And then Remembrance. I mean, to be fair, they put two Dalek stories on here, so I think my argument that they may be trying to limit the Dalek stories is kind of incorrect. But I do think in this case it's warranted. Remembrance does kind of act as like the real 25th anniversary if we're getting down to it. I feel like you can sort of jump on with a lot of Seven stuff, to be fair, but I do think Remembrance acts as a good jumping on point because it's so steeped in Doctor Who iconography without being solely reliant upon it, and also building upon that iconography, that it kind of acts as this gateway into classic Doctor Who in particular in a really nice way, with callbacks to the first Doctor and stuff, without it being, like I said, overbearing. Like, you could go into this story without the context of those and still enjoy it for that. So yeah, I don't disagree with this. Night of the Doctor. I mean, I know that they've said, oh, they don't want to pick their first story, but I mean, I guess there isn't. In my opinion, I'd start with the movie. I know that obviously, if that is their goal, not to start with the first story, like with Fugitive, it's slim pickings, but picking a regeneration story where they actually die as the first story that you watch of them, especially when it's like a 7-minute mini-sode, I wouldn't do personally. I know that the movie is divisive and some people don't like it, but I still think it's a more logical jumping on point than Night is. I love Night, I just don't know whether I'd see it as a jumping on point necessarily. War Doctor, Day of the Doctor, I mean, yeah, that makes sense. What else are you going to do? Name of the Doctor, where he's in it for 5 seconds. The Ninth Doctor, Empty Child Doctor dances. I mean, yeah, that's fair, I suppose. I'd also say End of the World, because at the end of that, you have the scene of where he says about his planet being gone, which is pivotal to the revived series of Doctor Who. Like, it's a thing for many, many series after that point. And I mean, it's not the first episode. Also, Dalek, just for obvious reasons. That expands on the whole Dalek Time Lord conflict as well. But Mummy on the Express, not Mummy on the Express. Empty Child Doctor dances. It's because it says Mummy up there, I got confused. It's a fine introduction. It does introduce you to Jack, I guess. And he's important later. It's a good story. I still think maybe End of the World would be a better jumping on point. I know it's only the second episode, but then I guess, yeah. And Dalek as well. But I love that story though, so it's not like I would begrudge anyone starting with it. I disagree with this personally. 10th Doctor, Silence in the Library, Forest of the Dead. I don't agree. I don't agree with this because I think it's one of those things where it's like, obviously it's the beginning of the River plotline, which is fine, and it's a good story. I just feel like there are better showcases of the Doctor's character, this Doctor's character, than that. And the same goes for like the Doctor companion dynamics of the era as well. Like, if you want a 10th Doctor and Donna story that acts as an introduction, I would say Partners in Crime is a much more fitting introduction to the pair of them. Vashta and Arada are cooler. It's a great story. Again, it's just like, I don't know whether I'd pick it as an intro. But I feel like there's a lot of, introductions that work in the Tennant era. Although I've never been of the belief, like a lot of people have, that Blink would work as a jumping on point. It's like, Blink is not like 90% of Doctor Who. Like, it's Doctor Light, it's driven by characters you never see again after that episode. And Midnight is kind of, obviously it does have the Doctor, but again, it's not in the standard format of the show. The companion is mostly absent in that one. It's a companion light. So I don't think either of those really work, in my opinion. I would say, like I said, something you want something a bit more simple. And I think Partners in Crime, if you want like a Tan and Donna story, if you want like a Tan and Rose story. I was going to say School Reunion, but I feel like if you don't know who Sarah Jane... Well, then again, I feel like you can watch that without knowing who Sarah Jane is. Tan and Rose, see, I'm not a big New Earth guy, but I guess. But that was also his second story, in fairness. And then Ted and Martha, you got things like, Oh, what's the Judy one? The Smith and Jones. I would also say that's a really good introduction. Basically, whenever a new companion gets introduced for 10, they kind of do like a little bit of a reset, so they kind of work as better jumping on points, in my opinion. I don't know whether everyone's finding this interesting, I'm just reading them out. 11th Doctor, Vincent and the Doctor. I mean, great story. Like a great showcase for everyone involved. Richard Curtis absolutely killed it. I do think for this Doctor, I'd say introducing it where one of the Ponds is absent might be an odd choice, because that core trio of the 11th Doctor, Amy, and Rory is such a pivotal one to that tenure. I almost feel weird that Rory isn't, you know, in like what an introductory story would be here. However, it's such a good story that I'm willing to accept this one as an answer. However, I'd probably pick something a bit more indicative of the era as a whole, personally. Trying to think what would be good to do that with, and off the top of my head, nothing's going to mind. I mean, 11th Hour already does the intro job so brilliantly anyway. I almost feel like, you know, even though Vincent the Doctor is a great story, like it's not even required to find another jumping on point. 12, Mummy on the Orient Express. Yeah, I do like that one a lot. Honestly, I feel like you could jump on with most of Series 8, sans maybe the opener, as in Deep Breath, which is ironic because you'd think that would be the most accessible, but I kind of feel like the Paternoster Gang and etc. kind of make it a bit less accessible than it would be otherwise. But I feel like most of the Series 8 stories are pretty self-contained, so yeah. Also, I guess the pilot, you know, like a lot of the series openers generally I find are quite accessible. Obviously not the Series 9 one, that's very dependent on old lore and in my opinion just not that good. But, yeah, and then 13th Doctor, Nikola Tesla. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it does put a focus on like a historical figure, which I suppose is kind of what a lot of people see as the strong point of the Whittaker era. However, I don't know, it just feels a bit forgettable to me. Like it's, but then again, I suppose Partners in Crime isn't the most memorable affair, and I suggested that as an opener. I guess it would work fine as an intro. To be honest, I struggle to think of many introduction points for the Whittaker era that aren't Series 11. I mean, if you were going to pick any, I feel like you'd pick one from that series, because like Series 12 and Flux. Am I back? I think I'm going in and out. No. Come back, please. Oh dear. I think I've just tried to move my internet. Is it working or is it not? I don't know. I'm kind of there, but kind of not. Okay, hold on. I guess I'll just have to wait to see if it comes back. Um, keep it. Everyone, stay calm. I'm sure it'll stabilize. Okay, I think I'm about. Maybe we back. We are. It keeps lagging out for me. I don't know. On my end, or not. Cher is in the house. Lol. Alright. I think we're good. I don't want to speak too prematurely because I'm still getting some errors and my internet's still not fully back to operational capacity, but it looks like we're back, but maybe very potato quality. I think it's stabilizing. Alright. Okay, I'm back. Alright, I'll just keep going. Yeah, I don't know what anyone... Yeah, but what people were saying before... Oh, no! What people were saying before the lag was Runaway Bride. I don't think that's a bad shout at all. I think that's kind of a good shout. Damn it. It keeps lagging. Um, yeah, my internet is still chugging along. Hold on. Don't think I can change that. Okay, just reloaded and that's better-ish. Massive lag. Okay, okay. I'm trying and see because my internet's still being a bit funny. If I just go on the be right back screen for a sec. Hold on. Um, let me just. No. Yeah. Okay. I think we're back. All right. Hello. I think we're back. All right. Hold on. I think we're alive. I think we're alive. Okay. We made it. I think we've chugged through. I think we're back. Are we back? Chat. Can you hear this? We should be back now. You're moving a little slower in the video. Okay. Just type 1 if you can hear me. If you can hear me, type 1. Oh, yeah, we're back. Okay. Okay, I think you're behind me. I think. Yeah, I think you're behind me still. That's fine. I guess I'll just carry on then. I assume I'm back. I'm probably gonna get a bunch of ones in a really delayed. Yeah, there we are. Must be weather related, possibly. Occasionally, I get like brief Wi-Fi outages. Thing is, when my Wi-Fi works, it's really quick, but when it doesn't, it's annoying. Um, and like the thing is, I swear I never get any issues when until I start streaming. Maybe it's because I try and stream at like low latency. Maybe I should just keep it at normal. But then I wouldn't exactly call this stream, high maintenance. 111. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. So I guess another thing I wanted to do was this is going to sound really, 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 really dumb, but I just wanted to talk about it because why not? So I saw this tweet, and obviously no hate to the guy who made the tweet, absolutely no worries, but it's a thread of which fictional characters would beat each other in a fight. And one of the suggestions was the Doctor versus Rick Sanchez. And I had some things to say about this. Mainly that, in my opinion, the Doctor would absolutely wipe the floor with Rick Sanchez. As I said in my tweet, the Doctor would erase Rick from time before he could make a Bill and Ted joke. For the record, I did love Rick and Morty. The recent seasons, yeah, and it's kind of more difficult to like it now due to all the controversy. Anyway, as I said in my lengthy and reasoned Twitter response, I can't believe I spent this much time on this. The Doctor is pretty much immortal, can travel literally anywhere in the known universe, and even beyond that instantaneously, including different time periods. Rick does have his portal gun and some cool tech. However, it and himself are often unreliable. Rick Sanchez kind of, gets drunk quite regularly, is a little bit emotionally unstable. The Doctor can be emotionally unstable, but not to the same degree that Rick Sanchez is. Plus, he's still just a human. An incredibly smart human who'd likely put up a decent attempt, but ultimately is outclassed technologically, intellectually, and durability-wise. Hell, even in hand-to-hand combat, the Doctor would win. My basis for that is Venusian Aikido. Rick does have some pretty cool tech, but it's not on the level of anything the Doctor could, conjure up in an afternoon. Like, Rick is smart, human level, but he's not anything above that. There's a line where Rick says, "I'm Doctor Whoing this thing," so I take that as him seeing the Doctor as above his power level. Exactly. And I think it's a thing as well of, like, in season 6 at least, Rick gets completely stranded in his own universe due to his lack of portal. His portal gun stops working, faulty fluid. It's not faulty fluid. It just stops working. I can't remember the exact reasoning why. But like, if all it takes is some dodgy portal juice to like completely ground Rick in his own universe, the Doctor could just conjure that up in an afternoon and he'd be stuck. Or alternatively, just throw him into the TARDIS and throw him into his supernova. It would be a game, set, and match, in my opinion. The Doctor would easily kill Rick Sanchez. I feel like the only Doctor Rick could beat in a fight is the first Doctor. I mean, maybe if we're talking strict hand-to-hand combat, maybe, but even then, I mean, in the Romans, he kind of flips people over. The first Doctor is more, what do you call it? Like physically capable than I think people give him credit for. Hey, I'm late to this. What's this video about? We went over the composer clarification, mainly that the person who we speculated was the composer who composed for Sarah Jane Adventures, Ben Watts, is not in fact a new composer, despite there being some speculation that it was. And now we're just we had a brief internet outage, and now we're basically just talking about whatever we want. I covered a random Doctor Who article, and now we're talking about who would win in a fight between Rick Sanchez and the Doctor. And I'm saying it would be the Doctor, very easily. Doctor Who good with his fighting hand, very true. Rick would try and manipulate the Doctor emotionally. Yeah, but I would argue that Rick is just as, if not more, emotionally unstable and vulnerable than the Doctor is. Like, there's a scene in which he tries to kill himself, First Doctor does have no issues killing, that's true. That's true, What about the Professor from Futurama? I mean, yeah, the Doctor clears out. I feel like if we're going over, what characters I think the Doctor would lose to, I think if we're talking strictly a physical fight, I feel like, someone like Superman, for instance. Superman's obviously going to win that, right? Like, there's no, unless, because the thing is, you could say that, but the Doctor could time travel. Thing is, so can Superman if he wants to. So, the Doctor needs to use the Sonic to deactivate all the tech implants in Rick's body. That's just making him a regular person. That's true, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, it's an easy win for the Doctor. I don't... First Doctor could bash Rick's head in. What about Bender versus the Doctor? I mean, yeah, the Doctor would win. I feel like if we're talking cartoon characters the Doctor would lose against, probably things like, I don't know, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like One Punch Man, mainly because the whole gimmick is he punches once and anyone's dead. But the Doctor is a pacifist, sort of. I don't know, though. I feel like if Rick did enough, because especially in fairness, in the clip that they use, or the screen grab that they use in this particular tweet, if it's going to let me show my second scene, which I don't think it will, hold on, it specifically uses a picture of the 10th Doctor. And the 10th Doctor, we saw how he treated the family of Blood. All it would take is Rick to, threaten Rose or something, and, 10 would go sicko mode on him. Time Lord Victorious, he would not be dealing with it. I know that he's a pacifist a lot of the time, but if the Doctor really needs to, he can do some messed up stuff. You just need to get him to that point. And I feel like Rick could push just a little bit too far. The Doctor is a pacifist in principle. In practice, it's often, not quite as black and white. Ben 10 could body the Doctor. Thing is, though, if the Doctor deactivated the Omnitrix, what's Ben 10 going to do then? That's all I'm going to say. He's literally just a 10-year-old at that point. And, you can't hit children. But, what's he going to do then? Never actually seen Rick and Morty. I would say if you're going to watch it, watch the first 3 seasons and then don't watch any more than that. That would be my honest advice. If you're going to watch it, that would be my advice. I also wanted to show you guys something cool that I found. So I've seen a lot of people. I've seen a lot of people making these stupid AI images, right? So what I wanted to do, because I put out a tweet asking you guys for your, I guess, like art that I could use, or like art from Doctor Who that I could use to get an AI to basically replicate it, and see how close it could get. Here was one of my early attempts to get it to replicate something. So here we have the Fear Her Doomsday DVD, the Volume 5 Series 2 DVD, and then here's what the AI thought of it. And actually, here's a more successful, I guess, attempt, or a couple more successful attempts, if I can find them, of trying to generate the 14th Doctor. There's a couple of these, like this one here, quite good. This one here is, make sure you guys can see, hold on, there we are. Yeah, you can sort of see here. So yeah, I got this AI to sort of generate these images, and this was my first attempt, which was this DVD, and then this was the AI's version, and then it did better with some like prompts for like the 14th Doctor, as in David Tennant 14. You're like pretty close, right? Like it gets the vibe across. It's not 100%, but it gets what you want, right? So obviously that one has a bow tie. I need to change that like noise, but thank you, Lil Jetta, for subscribing. If you want to give me a heart attack, feel free to subscribe. But yeah, so I've basically been I've been using this little thing. But yeah, I think it made it a bow tie because it probably recognized Doctor Who, Matt Smith stuff. But like yeah, pretty close, right? So what I want to ask you right now, chat, or in fact, we can go over some Twitter suggestions, but if you guys can think of any like Doctor Who posters or like art or DVDs, I'll see if I can get the AI to replicate them. I thought this would be a fun stream segment. Maybe I'll make it into a separate video. And yeah, that's going to be a thing. But I think it's pretty close. Which program are you using? Img Creator or Img Creator. So the one I wanted to start with is this Series 5 promo pic with the flowers. So let me get it up separately here. I didn't even know this was an official piece of promo art, but apparently it is. So the thing is with these AI things, you want to generate a new image. The thing is with this is you have to have it be quite specific, right? So for instance, you can't just say 11th Doctor and Amy with flowers because it'll take that brief, but it might not give you the detail that you want. Thank you for another heart attack, and Brotty. Thank you for that. So what I'm going to put in, let's have a look here. So let's put 11th Doctor. Oh, you're gonna watch my terrible spelling. Matt Smith with Amy Pond, Karen Gillan, with the TARDIS in the background. A blue police box and a jungle filled, I don't know whether jungle's the right word, or forest, maybe forest is better. Forest filled with flowers. Let's just try that. See what it comes up with. I'm not going to generate it in anime style. For people, realistic seems to be the way to go. Let's see what it comes up with. It takes a moment. Alright, still generating. Let's see what it comes out with. Some of the results can be interesting. I mean, slightly nightmarish, but you know what they... Oh, that looks more like Prince Philip, if anything, but I mean, it's not a million miles away. It's vaguely gotten who they are. I'm wondering if maybe just freeform might be a better choice. And maybe if I go for like, instead of, wait, maybe if I go realistic, but I go for like medium shot. I'll just go for freeform and see what that comes up with. But it's got the TARDIS, and it's basically got the Doctor and Amy to a degree. The faces aren't the best, but like, and obviously this one, for some reason there's two Matt Smiths. I assume that's who that is, unless that's its attempt at the TARDIS. But it got the TARDIS the first time round, or at least a version of it. I'm wondering if we do it in freeform, what will it come up with? Looks like a cosplayer photo shoot, Lamar. It does actually. Forrestal Woods. So yeah, there's the original picture, and there's what we came up with. I mean, you can see some similarity in a way. That's not the right image. Oh. Somehow we've gone farther away, actually. That's terrifying. That's slightly horrifying. uh, right. That's going to be my new sleep paralysis demon. Okay, let's try a different one. Let's try. I mean, I think the last generation was actually better. Let's try something else. Okay, let me pick another one. Okay, give me something weird. I don't know whether Matt Smith looks accurate. I feel like you're doing Matt Smith dirty there. Can we do the Series 10 Extremes promo image? It's the one with Bill and Nardole and Capaldi in the library with books flying. Send it to me on... Can you send it to me on Twitter? Like, can you put it in the replies? Or... I'll see if I can find it. Hold on. Doctor Who... Series 10 promo image. Thing is, if I gave the specific colors of the costume, it might give us a more accurate result. I'm guessing you mean this one, right? The extremist one, which is this one. Alright. Thing is, it might not know Bill that well, because it kind of bases itself on, like, Google results, right? So... I'll try this one. I'll see if I can. I'll see if I can. Is there a way I can have this open as a basis? So this is what we're striving for. This, I mean, maybe not as low res as this, but this is what we're going for, right? So the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, with Nardole, Matt Lucas, and Bill Pearl Mackie from Doctor Who, walking down a library with paper flying around and blue lightning, because there's like blue lightning in that trailer. Okay, we'll go with that. What's it going to generate? We'll find out. We'll go for realistic again, because I feel like that's a bit closer. Boom. Alright. Creating the task. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait. So this is what we're striving for. This is the basis. And this is what we want. And let's see what it gives us. I have no idea how close or far away this is going to be. Probably quite far away. We'll see. Chloe Webber's drawings, Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper. I could do that. Let's see what it comes out with. Do you know what? I mean, even though there's like 4 people for some reason. Okay, why is there two? Oh no! Oh no! Um. So it seems that it's combined the three characters into the 12th Doctor, Nardole as played by the 12th Doctor as played by Peter Capaldi, and the 12th Doctor playing the 11th Doctor playing Pearl Mackie. That's an interesting interpretation of the brief. I guess it's got the lightning and the library bit kind of spot on, though. I just don't know why it's I mean, I guess... Oh no. Didn't want to get rid of my example. Oh well. I mean, that's... Yeah, it sure was a thing. I just don't know why it's made nightmarish Capaldi clones. More Capaldi, more better. I mean, yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Oh no, Lamau. First bit goes kind of hard. I like that. Honestly, okay, realistically, I think we can actually edit on this. Realistically, if we cut out one of the extra men in the back, one of the extra Capaldis, it would probably be quite close. Hold on, let me see if I can cut out. Okay, it would cost me credits. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to try it. Hold on. Wait, no, I don't want to... Okay. It's not what I meant. Okay, I think it just... I wanted to, like, edit it, so it was like... Hold on. No. Okay. I'll do a different one, okay. Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston. With Rose, Billy Piper in the TARDIS from Doctor Who. So what we're going for here is the 2005 artwork. Basically, let me see if I can. I'll create it first, and then we'll go for. Hold on, Ninth Doctor and Rose.
According to
this
Wikipedia,
picture. This is what we're aiming for right here. That's what we want. That's what we're going for, chat. All right, so that's what we're going to be trying to get. Let's see what it actually gives us. Probably not anywhere close, but we're going to find out. Can you get it to do K9? We will. All right. Yeah, I can't lie. I feel like they kind of did the both. I mean, actually, you know what? Chris here looks kind of accurate. That's actually pretty mad. Okay, maybe if I go a bit more in specific, because... Okay, Ninth Doctor Christopher Eccleston with Rose Piper in the TARDIS from Doctor Who. Coral Interior. Maybe if I put Coral Interior, it'll find that console room. Coral, and then maybe if I give them some clothing specifics. But you know what? The second one actually does kind of look like Christopher Eccleston. Like, that's kind of cool. Coral Interior. Probably going to, like, take the word coral and make them under the sea or something, but... Ninth Doctor, Christopher Eccleston in leather jacket, in black leather jacket. Okay, what we want to do, black leather jacket. What's Rose wearing? Like a denim jacket? With Rosebud Piper in a denim jacket. Denim jacket in the TARDIS from Doctor Who, Coral Interior 2005. Alright, and I'm going to make it a medium shot to give us a bit more space. Let's go. Alright, so remember, this is our goal. It got Chris's face pretty close. If we could just get the inside of the TARDIS and some of the clothing a bit closer, that honestly would be quite good. ITV detective show vibe. It did have, like, Broadchurch with Christopher Eccleston vibes. And Eccleston is a Chad. Alright, I think it'll be done generating. Okay. Why does he look a bit like Barry Chuckle now? Not sure. But Billy looks weirdly better. It's not really got the interior aspect. Like, okay, it's taking the word TARDIS and it's kind of just, it's making more of the box, right? Because it can sort of see, it can sort of see the word TARDIS and go, right, that's the blue box thing. So maybe if I take out the word TARDIS, right? And I just go, instead of that, I go jacket. I forgot to put the word jacket. In the console room, because otherwise, Coral Interior 2005. Okay, try this. Boom. All right. Bear in mind, this is our goal. I'll give it 5 attempts, and if it doesn't work, we'll try a different image. I think I might make this into a YouTube clip with like add music in maybe. Because I just found this and I found it interesting to see if I can actually replicate Doctor Who based images. The Chuckle Doctor. Hey guys, which AI is this? It's Img Generator. Okay. I don't know why there's 2 of them now. And why Eccleston is dressed like Sherlock Holmes. I honestly feel like some of the others were a bit more accurate, I guess. Okay, let me think of another one. There's some other ones on Twitter that we've not gone through. Let me try. There was one that was the out of time one, which I think is a great shout. This is this one. I think this is a good shout. Okay, so here's the thing. So what we want. The 10th Doctor David Tennant and the 4th Doctor Tom Baker from Doctor Who. From Doctor Who, surrounded by Daleks, a red Supreme Dalek, and grey Daleks. And alright, let's just see what it comes up with. Kaboom! It does have a hard time generating Daleks in the test that I've ran. Make the Tharies Doctor. Really looks like she's seen better days. Yeah. That TARDIS doors look really weird. Sent a couple of images on Twitter. Okay, I'll have a look. And yes, I have seen the countdown. We covered that earlier in the stream. He did celebrate his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Tom. You know, it's certainly an interpretation of the brief. Okay, this one looks a bit more like Tom. I'm surprised it didn't pick up on the scarf, and why's he got 2 hands? Hold on, I need to analyse this further. Let's download this. And why is David Tennant in red? I think maybe it took the red from the Supreme Dalek and made that into its own thing. But it also does have some difficulty identifying what a Dalek is. I mean, you've got the basic shape, but then it's also like the eyes are a bit weird. Oddly, like, yeah, I don't know why it looks like he's holding a Sonic there, but I can't quite tell. But it's like attempted to do that, but he's got like 2 arms. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can add in like some of the iconography. So on the box art, Um, so in a brown pinstriped suit, brown pinstripe suit with pale blue shirt and brown tie. Which one? Well, let me just double check. That's not the one I wanted. This one. So he's in a brown coat with the multicolored scarf. Okay. The fourth Doctor, Tom Baker, from Doctor in a multicolor scarf, brown jacket, and red cravat. I think that's how you spell cravat. Probably isn't. It's not. Cravat. There we are. Okay, try that. So I've given it some more specifics to see if it can give us anything more specific. Looks like a website. Looks like a website bitmap. It is a website. Imagine a Thari's Dalek. See, the thing is, I could put myself into the AI, but I don't know whether the AI would have enough to go on for me in particular, like from the internet, because I assume that's how it gets its like reference material to make a me. You know what I mean? Gotta go. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see what it comes out with. For some reason, it's determined to give Tom Baker a tie, and I don't know why. Okay, the scarf is a bit more present there, but oddly, it's kind of made a weird combination, and the Daleks have basically all since disappeared. I mean, you can kind of see them more in this one, but in this one, they completely. This kind of actually looks a bit more like the Peter Cushing movies, if anything. The third Doctor David and the fourth Doctor Tom Baker for Doctor Who in a multicolour scarf, brown jacket, and red cravat. I think maybe okay. What if I try it in a different style? Just try freeform. Just see what it comes up with. Your raw beauty would break it. That's the guy Sarah married. It does kind of look like that. They all look like Tannen. Yeah, I'm noticing that. They do all just sort of look like Tannen. Like when you put in David Tennant, you just kind of overrides everything else. Yeah, no, I don't think it likes. What is that? What is that? No. Okay. What if I put an image in instead? Okay, hold on. What if I just directly rip the image and see what happens? Because you can do that, right? So what if I was to save this as an image and then plop it into the AI? So rather than me giving it prompts, we can do it so that it's taking it directly. I don't want it in anime style. Photo, I guess. Freeform. Let's just see what it comes out with. Oh, I've still got to input the description. Oh, okay. I forgot the TARDISes as well. 4th Doctor and 10th Doctor surrounded by Daleks. I'm going to give it a shorter description because it has an image to go off of this time. Those eyes, like, yeah, they're disturbing, aren't they? Okay, it's still loading. I think it's going to take a bit longer to get like an image. Imagine Liz Truss as a Cyberman. I could probably do that. I imagine it could do that, right? I don't know whether I want to see the result, but I can try. Liz Truss as a Cyberman. Oh, it's got an anime. No, I don't want anime. Damn you. Okay, I just want general. I don't want anime. And I don't know why it's made. Okay. I mean, it's kind of cute, but okay, I'm gonna try again. I'll do Cybertrust after we've done this one. I will do Cybertrust after this. That looks more like Nicolas Cage than David Tennant. Yeah, it does. Mr. Bean X Tennant. Yeah. I mean that's oh I mean there was an attempt. Oh, my dog's just come in. Hold on, 1 sec. Oh, there we are. Got it sorted. All right, dog. Yes, she came in. That is certainly a choice that was made, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. And I'll say, yeah, dog. Okay, I'll try Cyber Liz Truss next. Right, we'll do Cyber Liz Truss. I'm not going to give it any more detail than this, right? So it's going to be Liz Truss as a Cyberman from Doctor Who. I feel like this is going to be very bad, but you guys asked for it, so I'll make it a realistic photo. All right, you asked for it. King Charles as Davros. Oh god, I'm gonna get cancelled for this. The aftermath of Adric's death. Morbid. I mean, I don't know. There's ways it could do it. That's what's going to be interesting. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's the way it looks a bit like it. It looks like she's midway through. It looks like she's midway. Right. I want to see if I can make an edit to this. Actually, I don't know. I think it's kind of perfect. Okay. That is. That's actually what I expected. Alright, I want to do. Okay, now I've got to do King Charles as Davros. Cybertrust. But first, I've got to make a tweet about this because it's too funny. Looks like she's midway. It does! It looks like she's midway through being converted. It does. POV. Wait, no, look. I'm just gonna put Liz Truss Cyberman with no other context. There we are. Right. Next one is gonna be King Charles as Davros. I think this is gonna be better because Davros. Thing is, Davros has more of a face, so it's gonna. It's like he's more uniform. So I feel like it's gonna have more to work with here, right? Boom. Okay. And oh, actually, I'll tell you what we should do. I should have done another prompt of that. But like, okay, I'm gonna do this one as a medium shot this time. Let me try this. Go, go, go. I think I'm gonna run out of the realistic one at some point. She looks like she's doing a Crapashad cosplay. Charles has that creepy Davros vibe. He does. He so does. I'm taking a crap right now. That's usually what I'm doing when I watch these videos and commenting. Fair enough. I respect that. You know what? That's a bit naff. Okay, I feel like Freeform is going to be better for this. That just doesn't really look like Davros. Boris Johnson is a weeping angel. Let me just see what people are saying. It's just nothing. No response. No response required for that. Oh dear. I don't know why it gives Prince Charles a mustache. It's very convinced to like. Maybe it's getting it confused with an old King Charles. Maybe that's why. If I put Prince Charles, do you reckon it might give us a better result? Because it might still be in the Googles as Prince Charles. I'm gonna try it as that, and then we'll try something else. Steampunk Davros looks a bit dictatorial. Yeah, I'll try Prince just to see if that maybe gives us a slightly more accurate result. Yeah, I thought that might be the wrong King Charles. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. He's probably still mostly referred to as Prince by Google, or at least at the moment, Wait, I just realised that the thumbnail for this stream not what I set it as. That's a bit of an L. Thanks. Take care of yourself. Take care. I'm pretty sure I made the thumbnail this one, but save. Alright, anyway. Okay, that's a bit closer to Charles. Wait, is it made Davros the Queen? Okay, this one is less Davros and more just Prince Charles. I wonder if we make it realistic this time. We make it in a medium shot, and we'll see what comes out. Try the artist formerly known as Prince. Nice. Jeremy Clarkson as Davros. Prince Harry as Cassandra. Yeah, I know you can't see yet. It's not generated yet. Well, it's basically just made Prince Charles. And that one, it's not even really taking the Davros or Doctor Who bit out of it, really. It's just sort of... That's disappointing. Okay, maybe it's less fun than the... Okay, wait, let me try something a bit different here. Let me try something a bit different. What if I put a bit more detail? Okay, I need a bit more detail. Can someone give me another politician type? Oh, I know. From Doctor Who. Boom. Oh, you're not on my screen? Are you not? Sorry about that. Oh, god damn it. I forgot to flip back over. There we are. Hold on. Shaboom. Okay, wait. I forgot to show you the Charles one, but it was mainly just Charles, honestly. But what I'll do is, here's the new one. Boris Johnson as Nadine Green from Doctor Who. I mean... Oh, look, it's the Mandalorian. I don't know why he's just holding a pear. What is that? Is that the Slytherin egg that he gave him? Okay, I want to know, can I edit? Yeah. I want to do, right? AI editor, right? Wait, no. Because so this could be his child. What we need to do is get the face. We need more Slytherin vibes about this. Slytherin. Doctor Who. It's probably going to do something horrific. I don't know why it's made like a little side urchin, but we're gonna go with that, you know? I mean, it's not a Slitheen. It sure is something. I'll give it that. It sure is. Um, yeah, I think this is enough nightmare fuel for one day. Um, I'm just a bit stunned into silence by that. I don't know what to say. I'm sort of stunned into silence. It does look a bit like Crim. I don't know. I'm sort of terrified of it. Run from it, hide from it. Slitheen Boris arrives all the same. You made him into an Essex girl. Yeah. Alright, I think this is going to wrap up this video or stream or whatever this is. But thank you all for watching and goodbye.